We're in trouble.
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, no, we got to start over because Joe stepped in, Erin stepped in. We got to start it over.
I heard a dog bark.
I don't know how to start it over.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, throw open your windows and call out to your neighbors. John Perrotta's Comedy Factory Zoomalooza has a special treat for you. We have this evening the cast of The Last Sicilians Confronting Silvestri. Now, you may have noticed we had some glitches in the beginning, but we decided to roll with it just to show you that actors don't always have it together. So with that, I welcome your host, John Perrotta from the Comedy Factory. My name is Mike Cronin. Nick Albanese is from the Last Sicilian Productions. This is his baby. We have Gregory Hall. He'll filmed, edited this movie. Fantastic. We have Joe Petrucci, who played the lead role. We have Erin Mulry, who was back there. You probably saw her. She was doing stuff down the hallway, chasing a dog, making a drink, going into the refrigerator, thinking about what she's going to have for breakfast tomorrow morning. So we had a lot going on in the beginning, but it is my honor to introduce to you my dear friend, my brother in Christ, Nick Albanese from the Last Sicilian Productions. Nick, how you doing, brother?
Nicky.
Hey, how you doing, Mike? How you doing, John?
Good, good. Tell us about the movie. I saw it twice. You guys were awesome. I saw it twice.
Hey, thanks so much. That's awesome, man.
You got to introduce the cast first.
All right. Well, one guy is not on right now. Actually, two. We Christopher Silva. He played a bartender in it. He couldn't be here tonight. And Mr. Silvestri himself, Mario. He I don't know. He's a very busy guy right now because during the day he's actually an accountant, so he's doing a lot of work with a lot of businesses. I could have said he was off on a movie set somewhere doing another movie. I could have really hyped him up, but most people know he's an accountant during the day. And then we got Joseph Petrucci there. See that?
I'm very busy too. I have a Netflix show coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, he's very busy. He's been sitting home since March picking his nose. He hasn't done anything. And it's the first. He left the house the first time ever when he did this movie. And
right.
And then we have Erin right there, Erin Mulry. And can we say what you do during the day or no?
Yeah. Well.
Well, you're a theater teacher. You're a theater.
I'd say that I'm very. I'm in the creative field.
Yeah, she teaches theater, and she's a great actress. She's in it. And then we have, of course, Greg Hall, who we've been working together for like many years. We're going on decades maybe now.
I know, huh?
Yeah, it's a couple of decades we've known each other and been doing projects together. And he filmed it. He did all the lighting, the sound, the editing. He's like one-man studio right now.
Wow.
And even Mike Cronin helped us for one day.
Oh, yeah?
He was the boom operator.
Yes, I got boys and girls at home. I have credits in this movie.
Yeah.
Boom operator
Unlisted.
and location scout.
Incredible.
Well, they filmed part of the movie at your place.
Yeah,
right
did.
there,
Yep.
that couch right behind him. We used
half
that
day.
was
That's where you
my
slept.
apartment and Tommy and
You were
Jimmy's
lying on
apartment.
that couch, yeah.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
You don't have the cereal bowl?
Oh, that was mine.
I
really have cereal out of that bowl.
We
so
even brought our own props and everything.
Right.
Erin's got the dog.
It's a nice dog. That's the dog.
Oh, let me see. I got to switch over
You
to
should have
see.
the dog.
Oh, there he is.
Barks.
Sparks?
It's my dog barking.
Does he do any tricks?
He's very apologetic. He says I'm barked and I ruined the.
So, Nick, my question to you is, with Confronting Silvestri, in watching it come together,
I watched it like 1,000 times, you know.
did you watch
You were
it?
editing it. You were forced to watch
right,
it.
in editing it, in watching it come together over here at my humble abode and talking to you as you were writing it, what inspired you to write this short film? What were you thinking in terms of the characters? I know when people watch it, it's funny. It's absolutely funny. But in watching it myself, there's also a serious side to it. And Joe, hats off to you. you played a special needs person absolutely to the T. To
Spot on.
the T.
Thanks.
So Nick, what inspired you? Where did you see these characters? How did it all come together in your mind?
Well, you know, being in the lockdown or whatever, the quarantine we've been in, I was in like the depression for a couple of months. I haven't done anything. No writing, no nothing. Like I stopped all the things I was working on. And then one day, my son, they were doing the distance learning the end of last year, and he had a teacher he was telling me about who he really didn't care about. Like the teacher was very mean to the students. It was mean to him, and he witnessed it to the teacher being mean to other kids, and it messed with him. And he wanted to write her an email. My wife suggested to write an email to the teacher, let her know how you feel, and he wrote it out, and it was like really bad, like how he felt. And I had to come in as a writer. I said, "Oh no, you can't say that to a teacher. So let's edit this, you know," and made it a little kinder. And then it just hit me like that night. I'm like, this idea of it would be funny to have a story of like a guy who had a mean teacher, but doesn't really write to him until like 20, 30 years later. Like after all these years, you know how people have that, what's that called? When you have that emotion, it's like hidden away. It's like, and it just comes out. You don't even think about it until like 20 years later.
Right.
So it was like that kind of idea. And I wanted to play like the mean brother, kind of miserable guy that lived with his brother who had, you know, and I didn't really have a study of special needs in the script, but when I started writing it, it just came out that way.
Mm-hmm.
It just like that character just came out that way.
It came out fantastic. It really did. Joe, let me ask you, who did you draw? How did you come up with your character? I mean that he is so believable.
It was just me with a different voice.
It was just you with a different voice. Stop it. Stop it.
No, Joe, did you say you based that off somebody you would see at 7-Eleven?
No, actually, yeah, that is true. I went to they used at 7-Eleven or Cumberland Farms. It was a convenience store, but when I used to pull up, there was a guy that used to see there, and he'd always be sitting there, and he'd have the high stockings, like, you know, those big stockings that are up to your knees. Right. And he had his pants pulled up really high, and he had the baseball cap and the glasses, and he'd had, well, I don't have any hair, but he had his hair sticking out, and he used to just pace back and forth, and he'd rub his chest, kind of. He was very nervous, so I kind of copied that guy a little bit, actually. Somebody
you did it.
That was a while ago. It was probably like I remember seeing the guy like in the 90s, so it was a while ago. So hopefully he doesn't see it.
Did an awesome job, Joe.
Thanks. Job.
Awesome.
I remember, and I don't think this made it into the movie. One of the cuts that we did here, Nick goes out the door, which is right behind me here, and Greg cuts to Joe, and Joe's character is eating cereal, and he says out loud, "Bye, Jimmy."
No, I think that made it in. It's just really low. It's really low, I think. And
it did make it in.
Yeah.
Watching how it played out here, how many different takes it took, doing this over, doing that over, this angle, that angle. Greg is
actually not enough takes.
Not enough takes. Greg, my question to you is, as like the person that filmed this, editing this, did you have a vision for this project coming into it, or does that come to you when you get on location?
Well, like they say, it's a collective effort. So, I mean, I read it, and I had ideas, but as soon as you get out and start shooting it, all that's gone. I mean, Nick has, what he wanted, and then I'm just trying to fill in, on a small set like that, or a short crew, you don't have, well, actually you have more, you get more leeway one way, but you don't have a script consultant or whatever and make sure everybody's saying exactly what you want. But
no storyboard.
Yeah, no storyboards. It's like mass anarchy.
Yeah, it's fun.
And you just have to. After a while, you just throw it all away and you just got to let it go. I mean, if you were on a big production, union scale, and you'd have probably too many people, then it really gets lost.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I just try to visualize it, and when I get back to the editing booth, that I'm going to have enough stuff to cut together. But
and you could CGI stuff in after.
Oh yeah, I did do one. I forgot to move my car, and it's like all the takes that I needed for that, because just the way it was being put together, I couldn't not use those, but the car was in the way.
How long did it take to CGI out the reflection of a car?
Couple of years.
Well, it took me going on and trying to remember how to use After Effects. So probably about 2 days.
Oh.
3 days.
I thought you were going to say the better part of the month.
Oh, well, I mean, in real time, that was probably a week.
Yeah, it took an actual.
Erin,
I mean, if you boiled it down to actual time, well, actually, that's not true. So that it could have been like 48, 50 hours. I should punch a clock when I come in and sit here at the computer.
Erin, when Nick called you and asked you to play this role, was she, how can I put this and be family friendly? Was she loose with her morals at that time with the inception? How much of a part did you play in developing this character?
Well, he presented her to me as a working girl, and I played her as a working girl. I don't know if it came across that I was a working girl.
I think it did.
No,
but it was my intention to be a working girl.
You were a working girl.
That's good.
How many times did I just say working girl?
Yeah, that came across, Erin. If anyone watching that film did not pick up that you were a working girl, they were watching the wrong film.
I couldn't think of another family-friendly phrase.
I thought how when Joe and Nick meet you at the door, and the look on Joe's face when he said, "Hey, you remember me?"
Yeah, it's great.
That was very sincere.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was so funny. That was so funny.
That was my favorite scene to film, just the opening of the door.
You played that character so beautifully well, Erin. You are so talented, and the look on Joe's face. One of the things that I love about Joe is Joe has one of those faces. Even now, boys and girls are looking at him, looks like he's sitting in like a space capsule. We're seeing more of the top of his head. But Joe, Joe has this lovely, friendly face. You want to go up and just like squeeze his cheeks. But yet other roles that he's played, he could definitely scare you with some of the meaner faces that he's able to put out there. And
thanks.
That Joe, is your range is just absolutely incredible.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. Thank you.
When the role that you played in Bread, Butter, and Bullets.
Well, see, how I do it is when I do the happy face, I just think about a meal that I'm going to eat, and the mean face is a meal that I'm going to miss.
Yeah.
So that's where I draw from.
when Nick won the big flat screen TV from Elmwood Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram a few years back, he won the Super Bowl. Guess the score? He won it. And
I guess the exact score.
What did you win?
Are you sure?
I'm not even a sports fan.
Yeah, he's not even a sports fan. Nick can't spell football. The Super Bowl wraps up with that score. I went, oh my goodness, Nick won. So I called up Nick. I said, dude, you won the big flat screen. He's like, get out of here. You won it. So we wanted to film it and put it on film. And at that time, Nick was he was pushing the character as like everybody's
So
favorite
bad.
Goomba. So we had Nick and
Nope.
Joe pull up to Elmwood in my Lincoln Town car, and Joe played Nick's
Is
head of security.
Bodyguard.
That
Bodyguard,
was just an incredible role. In that role, you were rocking the very I'll take you out at the kneecap faces. It was just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, that was a lot of
to watch
fun.
you
I got
play
a kick
that.
out of that.
And to see how you change your facial expressions in
Yep.
confronting Silvestri as you finally got to meet Erin, the girl of your dreams.
Yep.
Once again.
Tina
I
Power.
like that
Tina
part
Powers.
where you said you had another letter, and you tell Nick, I know her address, and Nick goes,
He goes, of course you do, yeah.
Of course you do.
He's been stalking her throughout the year. Yep.
that was hilarious.
One of the big disappointments, though, Joe, is
I don't get to go in.
No, well, that too. But in Mike's apartment, I see the bicycle. If we just got a shot of you riding the bicycle through a neighborhood going to Mr. Silvestri's house, that would have been the second most great comment.
Well, hey, you know, you got to look at it. We're back to like writing the script. I wrote it over Father's Day weekend. Like I wrote it, not the whole weekend. If you total the hours I wrote the script, it was probably 6 hours. And it was just like I said, it was something to do. We were all locked up away, in this our cells at home, and we just wanted to do something creative. So I wrote it over the weekend, total 6 hours, 8 hours tops. And I called Greg and I said, "You want to do something? I got this short film. Let's do it." And I got everybody together, and we filmed it in 2 days. We filmed it in 2 days, 12-hour days.
Wow.
So in 24 hours, we filmed this whole thing. So
24
obviously,
hours.
yeah, obviously, we didn't get all the shots we wanted to. We thought of shots, but we were so busy doing the main shots.
We spent a lot of time eating too.
And we ate a lot too.
I think Joe should have went into Erin's house. He should have filmed 2 more scenes.
Alternate ending.
That would have been a good ending. You know what I'm saying? They could have got together and that ended the movie.
They could have made a pizza or something.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I had like a Foley Brothers. Like Mike said, it was like a serious topic, and then it showed the love of the brothers.
Yeah.
But I wanted to end it like a Foley's Brothers kind of way.
It was funny. That was funny.
Like Dumb and Dumber, where they didn't get on the bus with all those bikini women. Like they're so stupid. I kind of want to end it that way. Like the one brother had a little bit of brains, and we're gonna get in trouble if we go in there. So I wanted to do a Foley Brothers ending.
It was
I feel like it might need an epilogue of some sort, like maybe a flashback 10 years into the future or something. And Joe has won this great lesson, and he applies it. Cool. He applies it. He pays it for. I don't know.
Nick, I guess I would start writing, Nick.
Well, some people already two or three people have told me they would like to see a series of the adventures of Tommy Pinto. Like
what you could do? And if you do this, I want another credit. You could do the next one where you go back home and Tommy is just bugging you. I want to write her another letter. And this time he writes the letter. He doesn't reveal to you what's in the letter. You go back to Erin's house and she reads the letter and she says, "Of course I would. I'd love to go to dinner with you." And they go on a date. And Tommy doesn't understand that Erin's character is a lady of the night. He thinks, this is his dream girl. They're going out on an innocent date.
That's good.
That could write in a very comedic way.
Wait a second. I'm writing this down.
I think that was funny. Greg, what do you think of that?
I
want to be in the sequel.
Yeah. I also think Mr. Silvestri doesn't die.
Can we eat at Marchetti's? I like that restaurant.
Okay, I think I have a solution for that, so we can bring Mario back. We just carry it through a lot of flashbacks.
Well, he gets
put
revived.
all the characters back in class, and we just kind of make us all look like kids again, sitting in our desks in rows, and we're like back in
Like a
in
prequel?
class.
Prequel.
Or flashback scenes.
Do I get to wear a wig?
You could do that, Nick. You could have Adriana play Erin as a kid. You could get Santino in there. You could we could
That
have
would be perfect for Nick.
we could have Johnny P play the bartender, whatever restaurant you go. John is itching to get in this movie. I know he is. He's up here
My only 62 years, the only role I ever had was bread, butter, and bullets,
Yes.
and that was it.
And
I
he was
saw,
a
I,
really
I
good
saw
role.
it for the
You
first
did good,
time. I
man.
think I saw it last week, a week or two ago, Nick.
No, you did really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, that was my only scene in my
Really?
life.
You
That was
did
it?
great, though. It was really good.
He did very good. That's back when Johnny P
That was
was rocking the Wolfman Jack beard.
Oh, yeah.
A lot younger then. But a
What
lot
was your
younger.
character's name? What was your character? Tony Orlando?
Yeah, Tony Orlando. What the heck you come up with Tony Orlando? I should have been with Dawn over there. Tony Orlando and Dawn.
That was the whole thing. I just thought it was funny to have that name. I don't know.
That's funny.
I
Jeez.
think
But
we're onto something here with the sequel date.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Greg was saying something about how he told me this before. Silvestri really isn't dead. Like in the sequel, he's back. Like he opened the door and he's like standing at our apartment. Like he
Do
was
like
like,
a week. Do like
It
a
was
weekend
frozen.
with Bernie. Have Silvestri dead, and you take them all around.
no. He was just like in a
He was
deep.
frozen.
He was like in a
Yeah.
deep alcoholic coma.
Yeah, there's a lot that you could do with that.
Or you have the EMTs
Baby
come in
Lester.
and revive him and say, "Oh, he's not dead. He's just in a coma."
Well, he was
He
in the
could be-
He
freezer for a
becomes
little
great
while.
friends with Jimmy. He's buds.
Yeah.
They're become
I'm telling you,
inseparable.
this thing could have legs. This thing could have legs, man. Tommy Pinto is falling in love with Erin's. Erin, what's your character in the movie? What's her name?
Tina
Tina.
Powers.
It's Tina.
Tina
That's what I thought so.
Powers.
He
Is it Power or Powers?
he's
Powers.
falling in love. He's falling in love with Tina, head over
Tina Powers.
heels. She's kind of seen it for what it's worth. There's nothing here for a payday, so she's getting ready to kick him to the curb. He goes to the local convenience store, buys a scratch ticket, wins a couple of $1 million.
Yeah, you can write the script, Mike. I could
Sounds like, yeah.
I could just produce it. You want to write it? You have
No,
more
I'm-
time to
no,
do it.
I'm just giving you talking points. I'm just giving you talking points. I see this. This has legs. This really has legs because we don't know what happened. All we know is how happy Joe was. Hey, you remember me? I mean, that was just so hilarious how he banged that line out. If Erin is, dismayed when you're leading your brother away, she can't believe that, you're walking away from 2-for-1 Friday. She can't understand why. You could pick it right up. You could pick it right up with you and Joe in the car. He's trying to convince you, what are you doing? She really liked me. You do this all the time. You don't want me to be happy. She really liked me, and you can be just coming on him as you played that character so well, a guy that loves his brother dearly, but yet the viewing audience, we know at home, this is a guy that would break you at the kneecaps if you wronged him or anybody else. So we kind of see you as a guy that's knocking on doors saying, oh, you owe. That kind of a guy. You're trying to set him straight. Dude, don't you understand what she is? She doesn't love you. You don't love her.
Nick, you got to give him a copy of Final Draft.
Definitely.
Put that on his computer so he can write the script.
Yeah, Mike, you have a lot of free time now. You should start writing.
I do. I definitely do. Johnny P and I have we have launched the John Perrotta's Comedy Factory YouTube channel 2.0, man. We're banging them out left and right. Who knows? John and I could get into film.
Come up with your own series.
Yeah, I think it's
Imagine that, John. We put something together. It wins like an independent film award or something like that.
Mike, I went for a Benny's commercial and I bombed. I don't see it happening. My only credit is bread, butter, and bullets. Other than that, I tank as an actor. That's why I admire all of you so much. And Greg, he's a nice guy too.
Greg's an actor. Greg can act.
Hey.
But hey, let's talk about Mr. Silvestri for a minute. He couldn't make it tonight.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's not here. Let's
Oh,
talk
I
about it.
miss him.
Yeah, let's
Oh,
talk about
I
him.
miss
No,
Mario.
and he did a great job. Like
Oh yeah.
we Erin and I have done theater together. I've done theater with Joe. I probably known Joe the longest out of everybody here. We met on the set of that. What was that movie, Joe?
The Last Shot.
The Last Shot. They filmed in Rhode Island with Alec Baldwin and Matthew Broderick. We were both extras, and me and Joe met. That was like what, 20 years ago at least.
Yeah.
So, but I done plays with Mario. We did the Reaper, Many Sides to the Reaper, the Mafia play, twice. And the second time around, Erin was in it with us. And he's accountant by day. He likes acting. He's done a couple of independent films already. He's done a lot of theater around here. So when I wrote the script, he was like the first guy I thought of to play Mr. Silvestri.
He did an awesome job. He did a really good job.
He's very powerful. It was really good.
Yeah, and Mario, we all know that we know him. He's a great guy. He's a fun guy to hang out with, and he plays an a-hole pretty well, you know. So
yeah, he was good
when he was talking to us.
Award-winning acting, Nick. Is he taking home any awards, Mario?
He's actually he did he directed Glenn Ross for Attleboro Theater a couple of years. Oh, the same year I won for the Last Sicilian, my one-man play at the Motif Theater Awards. Mario won for Best Director for that play.
I thought he did. He is very, very talented. Very talented.
And that's when we first met.
Nice guy.
We first met at the award show.
Met him. Yep.
Yeah. So Nick, how can people want to watch this movie, Confronting Silvestri? What do they have to do?
Oh yeah, just go to YouTube.
The $9.95 to Nick.
So $9.95 to Greg.
Yeah.
And then you just go to YouTube, put search bar, go put Confronting Silvestri, and it should bring you right to it.
Well, yeah, I actually did your name too. Comes right up.
Hey, you put Nick Albanese, you'll get to it. Or we can maybe put a link at one of the comments below this video too. We can probably put the link. So.
Yeah.
Mike Cronin.
I really enjoyed it.
Thanks.
It was a great movie, and it was particularly fun for me because I got to see it come together. And I was an official boom operator.
Yeah. Boom operator. Boom operator. We sang that
Johnny
for
P and boys and girls at home. We had to reshoot quite a few of my scenes because I kept hitting the microphone on my ceiling, and it goes
the ceiling. I know.
Don't forget how hot it was too.
Yeah, we all had churns. We all had churns using the boom. Even Greg, while he was filming.
Hot that day. Very hot that day.
I pulled up, Mike, when you guys were leaving. You guys were done. They were done. I pulled up.
That's right, John. You came over right after, just as we were wrapping.
That was our first. Those are our first scenes. We did the two scenes. That was our first shots, and then we went from there. We went to East Providence and did the outside of that Portuguese club.
Yeah.
They were nice over there, though.
Yeah, and then Sunday we
and
did
don't forget we went across the street to eat.
Oh yeah, that was good.
What's the name of the place?
Hey, and Mario paid. That was the best.
Madero.
Yeah, they treat us. We have to give them credit for that. They treat us to a nice dinner.
That was good food. That's a nice restaurant.
Yeah, we ate pretty good those 2 days.
Yeah, I missed out on that part.
You should have came with us, Mike. You missed out.
Mike Cronin missed out on a meal.
I did.
I've been on a diet. He texts me food every day. He texts me a plate of meatballs, sausage, chicken parm, Mediterranean omelets, all this stuff. Every day I get a text.
Now you're talking.
And now he misses the meal.
John, he doesn't work anymore. He doesn't work anymore, and he was holding that boom for 3 hours. He got tired, so he couldn't come out no more. He got tired.
I'll tell you, boy, it definitely amazes me how it's put together, how they remember the lines. Because Nick, through the years, Nick is one of my best friends. I love him dearly. He's offered me roles. He wanted me to play the doctor in Everybody Needs Some Therapy sometimes. And I told him, I said, dude, I'll never be able to remember the lines. He goes, you're a stand-up. How can you not remember the lines? And I told him, I do talking points. I pick a subject and I talk about it on stage. It amazes me how they remember their lines, and also while they're shooting, how they move on the fly. All of a sudden they'll say, you know what, this sounds good. You say that here. I'm going to say this, and they flip it right then and there.
Now this is us.
Nick's, Nick calls me his stage manager for the Last Sicilian in Rhode Island. I do probably all of those plays. In my job, I tell people I'm like a valet. I seat people, I get them water, I show them where the bathroom is.
Yeah.
I open up, I go over the rules, tell a couple of soft jokes.
Very personable.
And very personable. And then I do the slides. And what people don't know is I'm following Nick with the script. That's 90 minutes of material. Line by line, I follow him, and it blows my mind how he remembers 90 minutes of material being up there.
I don't even know how I do it.
Mike, I remember one time you couldn't make it, and Nick actually, out of desperation, called me to do the slides.
He did it.
I completely blanked out at one point. A lady, luckily, on the side saw me fumbling and ran over and started. She actually came out. But nobody knew it. Nobody else knew it.
He was horrible. He was horrible.
That is not an easy job. That is not an easy job at all. Because what the audience doesn't know, and we're always playing to sold out houses 99% of the time. So I am up there in the audio visual booth. No one sees me, and I'm responsible for these slides because Nick is talking to each slide. So if he decides to freestyle, and he's done that to me a couple of times.
I've done it.
He's talking about something else, and I got Garibaldi up there. I'm like, dude, you're killing me. You're killing me. Yep. It's hilarious. It's not an easy job, but
Joe did a terrible job.
Hey.
And speaking of, you're praising him for remembering lines. He didn't remember any of his lines.
This is where Nick slams, king of the slams. No,
I feel bad for Greg because he had to keep editing like in between us, not looking down at the script.
That's true. There was lots of swearing going on here in the old edit.
This is turning ugly. I don't like this.
It's all good. It's all good.
Nick, how do you remember 90 minutes? How do you remember 90 minutes, Nick, in the Last Sicilian? How do you remember that?
Well, I know. I just because I took my time writing that, and I wrote it over a period of months, and it's all family stories, all stories that I heard growing up, and stories of my life. So it's a lot easier to remember it. You know what I mean? Because it's like a lot of those stories we would talk during the holidays, sitting around the table, Thanksgiving, Christmas. We would all tell these stories. So it was like, you know, it took me 3-4 months to write it, and then I did 6 weeks of rehearsal, and then I did the show for 4 years. So it was like riding a bike. Like it just came to me. And like I told Mike, I would start right there. I always remember starting the first line, and I don't know where I went. And then all I remember is saying the last line and sitting down and shutting the lamp off again. I don't remember the show.
Most nights, I can tell you.
I go into like a trance.
Johnny, and the boys and girls at home, because what I do is I follow him with a pencil, and what we have is we have a yellow highlight where I need to be with him. So I follow him with a pencil where he is, and I would say 97% of the time he's line for line right with me for 90 minutes.
I mean, I do stand-up comedy. Sometimes I go blank, and I'm just up there. I could never get up there and do 90 minutes and remember every line for 90 minutes. That's like,
and that's the other thing, John. You and I both know, and Joe does, and I'm sure Erin knows too from being in comedy's comedic plays throughout her career. As a stand-up, when you're getting the big laughs, that adrenaline pumps and you're going. There are parts of The Last Sicilian where Nick is explaining his dad's colonoscopy preparation and whatnot. That crowd is rolling in the aisles. They are laughing so hard. The hilarity, the place just explodes with laughter.
Yeah, it's explosive. The laughs
and
are
yet
explosive.
he still stays right where he needs to be. And I get concerned then because I say to myself, I know what he's feeling right now. He's feeling all that laughter. You can hear it. This room is swelling. The walls are going to burst. He's bound to go off script. He's going to jack me up here, but he doesn't. That is a true professional, to be hearing all those laughs and stay right where you need to be.
I'll send you a check next week, Mike.
Wait. Yeah.
I want to know what Erin's dog's name is. What's your dog's name,
I
Erin?
want them to see more.
My dog's name is Baby Monster Davy Rogers.
What?
Baby monster.
Rubber baby buggy bumpers.
Wow, say that 5 times real fast. Holy
No,
shit.
come on, tell the truth.
Rubber baby buggy bumpers.
You've upset Greg. Greg has left the studio.
Where did Greg go?
Where did he go?
He did not like the name of Erin's pet. He got right up.
Yeah.
Maybe he's going to get his dog. Is he
Call him
getting-
Dave.
Oh, I knew it.
I think he is.
knew it.
I call him Dave for short.
Dave.
Call him
for
Dave for short.
Dave.
Dave, yeah.
Now, Erin, you've been in Washed Up Actors, correct?
Yes.
Reba,
Yeah.
and am I forgetting another one? Was there one more?
Oh, the therapy.
I played Dr. D.
Therapy with Dr. D. That's
Yes.
that one I played.
Yep. That was a great portrayal that you did with that one.
Thank you.
Now, when you're in a play as big as Reaper that has so many different parts and roles and whatnot, how do you keep pace and know where you are? You know, when you're coming in, what to say, what not to say. What's your method to learn how to play that role?
I kind of I don't know. I learned the script at the rehearsals, and then I like last minute cram. And then I wish I hadn't. And then it's fine. I did miss my cue one time. Nick was not happy.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna
that.
miss my cue again. And it wasn't my fault. It was Mario's fault. I had just changed my costume into this gold lame thing, and
It's throwing shade on Mario?
yeah, it was Mario's fault.
Hey, it's not
Because
here.
Mario.
Why
And
not?
who else was down there?
Mr.
I had-
Silvestri.
Whatever it
He's
was,
bad.
needed a button done on the back, and they would like fight for who got to do the button on the back so that I could run up stage between a costume change. And then they were talking to me for too long, and then and it was like I had 3 minutes, but I took 4. It was the longest stage silence ever.
You know, the thing that I learned from that, I'm not a memorizer. I'm not. I mean, I can get up on stage and do an hour, but I'm talking to topics, and it's just easy to go. To memorize and know where you need to come in on a cue amazes me. I remember in Everybody Needs Therapy with your significant other, Bobby, who I love, Suzette, and Bobby had a line, and Bobby was.
I hear what's that noise?
Yeah, what is that?
Someone has a speaker on this one.
Is that Joe?
What are you doing over there in the
I
capsule?
know it's got to be Joe.
What?
Oh, come on, Joe.
Who's that?
What are you talking about?
I remember that there was.
That's not me.
It is you.
How?
We have technical difficulties, Mike.
All right,
I'm not
come on.
doing anything different. This is what I've been doing for the past 40
What's the reverb?
That's what I told my ex-wife. I'm not doing anything different.
Anyway, boys,
I'm doing the same thing I always did. Drink, gamble, and
to finish my point, Erin, there was an exchange between Suzette and Bobby was supposed to say this, but he didn't say that, or Suzette was supposed to say this, and she didn't say that. So then we go out to eat after at the Chinese restaurant next door. What is that place? King's Garden, Nick? Is that
King's
what that?
Garden, man. Good
King's
stuff.
King's Garden.
Best Chinese food around. And,
Oh,
and
yeah.
And Suzette is feeling terrible about this. She's like, oh, I blew it and this and that and going on and on and on. And I can tell you from sitting in the audience, I didn't even notice. I thought it was just as funny. It was just as good. It was just as perfect. And I remember from watching all the years I've watched of American Idol and America's Got Talent, I can remember Jennifer Lopez telling more than one singer, hey, you make a mistake. And how many times I make a mistake up there on stage singing? Don't just keep going. They're never going to know. I didn't know. So my question to you, Erin, to Nick, to Joe, but I'm going to name it to Erin. When that happens to you, if someone throws you off cue like Mario did, what does that do to you? Are you really scrambling? In your head, are you panicking, or you just say, I got it. I know where I'm going with this?
Oh, I got it, and I know where I'm going. I mean, Jackson flew down the stairs. He's the sound guy, and he was like, you gotta go on. And I was like, and I'm right back into it. Like, there's no, you're just in it.
You're just in it.
You're just in it. You can, and you really, like, if you're on your game, you're not thrown. You're just like in it. So no one can throw you because no one can affect you because you're already where you are. Yep. If you're in that space of being that person, or I don't know. No,
that's definitely true. No, that's definitely true.
You're not acting from moment to moment. It's like, it's almost like when I do a play, sometimes I just walk around like that character all over town. Like I'm just that character. And it sticks with you during the play. Kind of in your.
Would that be similar to method acting?
I think so. I don't know. I mean, yeah. I don't want to speak on method acting. I'm not that well. I don't know what that in depth, but probably.
Now, Nick, when you see that, what Erin is saying right here, you're the writer, you're the director, and you're also starring in this play too. When you see that happen, what happens to you? Are you nervous? Do you have faith in your actors? They're going to pull this off? What's your
thought? Talk about the scene when she wasn't coming on. I was waiting. My character was waiting for her.
Do you remember this moment?
To me like a big deal. You've got the sound guy coming down yelling.
I stayed in character, but in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? Like 30 seconds on stage silent or a minute feels like an hour.
Yeah.
It feels like an hour. You're like just panicking inside.
I can't imagine.
And if you're alone.
What can you do?
I remember Nick took me off.
It happens.
Nick took me off to the side when I said, "Do you mind if I don't stick to the script?" And Nick said, "No, you can do whatever you want. Just know that I have the credits for writing."
That's right. As a writer, I give the actors permission to change lines. It makes them feel better to say it this way. If it helps, it helps.
Can you imagine
though, if you came out with some
iconic line like "Here's looking at you, kid," or like one of the great lines, and then it really wasn't Nick who wrote it. Like it was just a gentleman's agreement.
It's exactly. End of the day, I get the credit. It says written by Nick Albanese.
So Nick, now that we're on that topic, let me ask you this, Nick.
Yeah.
When you're rehearsing, when you go into, say, like Reaper, washed up actors, everybody needs some therapy sometimes. When you're in the trenches rehearsing this, do you say to your actors, you know what, I want to hear your thoughts on this. Let me see what you would say here.
Yeah. I think I'm pretty fair, right, guys? If people want to say it a different way or change,
on the record or off the record, do we have to answer this?
And we'll change it during rehearsal. We'll say, I'll say it this way instead. If it sounds better, why not?
No, he did that, and it made it a lot, comfortable. Everybody definitely. It flowed better.
It's a team effort. It's not like my one-man show. It's just me up on stage. I could do whatever I want.
Right.
When you got a group of actors, you all have to like contribute to this and work together. And if you have the right director. The director, they always say the best director just sits back, especially like in a film. They say Scorsese and other guys, they watch the actor, see what the actor brings to the table, and lets them go. Yeah. And if it's like what he likes, he leaves it. If not, he steps in and says, okay, say it this way instead. Say, you know what I mean? They make the adjustments. You got to have the actor have that freedom.
Right.
To express that character, because they're playing that character. They're developing that character.
And
I think
that's- so Erin,
Nick is really good at, right when he first runs the play, to really look at the script and then with the character, and he'll hear a line once and he'll know it's cut. Like if the character doesn't say it like he likes and he doesn't visualize this person doing that, he'll just like cut that line, or he'll change it, or he'll chop it, or he'll be like, take out this middle sentence.
Erin,
And
let
he's
me
pretty
ask you
decisive. He's very decisive about when that happens.
He is. I can see that with Nick. I can definitely, like the face he's showing us now, there's a business side to him, big time. And I applaud that. It's a hard work. Nick is not afraid of heavy lifting. Erin, my question to you is, as someone who teaches theater, do you find it challenging to work for some directors? You might say, you know what, why did I sign up for this?
That's just the title, Mike. That's just the title.
Just the title?
Wait.
Is it challenging for you, Erin, as someone that teaches theater, to work on some projects? How much do you want to lean in? Do you show up on the set and just accept your character for what you see on the paper? Or are you trying to change the character? I think she could be better if I play her like this or like that.
Well, I mean, there's just, my director has to recognize there are things I can do and things I can't do. And then we just have to work like that.
Yeah.
You know? So I've never worked with a director that I haven't liked working with, or that I wouldn't. No, I'm not going to say anything. But if you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all.
You say Albanese is a
Who's your
bomb.
favorite director? Who is your favorite director?
Oh, Nick Albanese is
Yeah,
number one.
I'll send you a check tomorrow. I'll send you a check tomorrow. Hey, Mike, got some questions for Greg, because he's been sitting there in silence for like 10 minutes.
I'm learning.
But Nick Albanese is great to work with.
Well, one of the questions
he's a gem.
that I had asked Greg earlier, and he had answered it, what Greg sees as he approaches a project. When Nick calls you and he says, like Bread, Butter, and Bullets, or Confronting Silvestri, and things that you've done with over the year, how much do you lean in and contribute? Are you offering your thoughts on character roles, lines?
First he hangs up on me like twice, and then I have to call back a third time.
No, like you say, it's a collective effort with Dick. Yeah, it's great, and that's why I like working with him. I mean, he puts the framework out there, and everybody contributes, and I get the joy of the last of all the mix, and I try to string it together the best, and look at what was written, and you're forming it. It's like a piece of clay, and it just keeps getting worked down into something that hopefully everybody will like to watch.
Just picture that scene, Mike Cronin. Just picture that scene with Clay from Ghost. That's me and Greg.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Was anybody else
remember the movie
on right
Ghost?
now?
What is that song? What is the song?
Oh my darling.
Unchained Melody. Unchained Melody?
We should end it on that song.
And they're just playing with the clay. Time goes by.
When he said Clay, I just thought of that scene. I'm sorry.
Do so.
I have to say, Nick's stuff has a good cadence when he writes. It's rhythmic, so you can anyway.
All right. Let Greg finish.
That's okay.
Take over, Erin. You're doing good.
I can't.
John, you see what I got to work with?
I have musical theater.
She's great, a great singer. Let us sing.
Thank you.
It's just a big ham.
Erin is what we call in baseball a 5-tool player. This girl can sing, she can act, she can do drama, she can do comedy. She has got it all.
Have you ever done stand-up comedy, Erin? Have you ever done stand-up?
Oh crap! I can't even hear this.
Stand up. I've never. I did tell Newport one time where you get up and tell a story that has happened to you for 10 minutes, and that it got laughs, and I don't think I intended it to, but I'm just like, well, I guess if I just get up and talk, then people will laugh. But
I think you and Joe could both do stand up. I don't know about Greg.
Joe had like
a sit-down comedy.
5-week career. Joe had like a 5-week career there. Remember, Mike?
I booked Joe.
He's done about 2 or 3 comedy shows.
I think they could do comedy. You guys make me laugh.
I was doing it, and then there was some times where we went to go perform, and there was like, remember there was one person, and we asked them if they wanted to leave or stay, and they said we'll stay. So I was like, all right, and we're performing all us comedians for one person, and it was very awkward.
Where was that? Was that my show? Was that one of my shows?
It was at the Sunnyside.
Oh. I remember that. Yeah, we performed for one person.
And I was so emotionally scarred that I never did it again.
Did the person not laugh? They didn't laugh?
They said they wanted to stay. They say, we'll stay. Because we said, since you're the only one, do you want to pay, or do you want to go? And they said, no, I'll stay for the show. So
they
we
paid for their ticket too.
Yeah.
How much was the show?
You charge one guy.
Oh, like $15
one guy.
You should have charged him for the whole place. Been like, you bought out the theater.
Comics,
you get a private
all the
show.
That night
that's
made
premium.
$1 each.
Mike, we've lost control.
We've lost control. I wanted to ask Greg, when we were filming here at my house, and you would say, let's do it again, but do it this way.
Mike?
This will look good and play out better on film if we do it this way. Or are you just trying to put that scene together multiple times so that when you hit the editing board, you pick the one you like best?
No, I just say it because I think that's what people want to hear from me. I'm kidding. Probably, yes. I can't remember exactly which scene you were referring to, but...
There were a lot of scenes right behind me here where you had Joe grab the keys multiple times. You had Joe...
Oh, I want to make sure, basically, like on some of the stuff, because we don't have people there, that you grab it with your right hand or your left hand.
Yeah.
That continuity sometimes is we have to throw that out, which we don't want, but sometimes it's lost.
But that's what makes it a great, truly independent film.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not like a studio.
So if, I can't remember. I don't have a photographer there taking pictures, and they go, I can refer. Yeah. If you've ever been on a big set, I mean, these people they've got people taking pictures of this.
There's hundreds of workers.
There's people throwing pictures, and the director's looking at it.
Yeah.
You don't have that.
Script supervised.
You don't have
everything.
We pretty much.
Go ahead, Erin.
I want to add. So Mike, in answer to that, we kind of did every scene exactly the same 3 times, each time, and I think for each camera angle too. And just in case you had anything go wrong, like sound, so many things can go wrong. Like the boom mic can be too far away from the vocals, or like I don't know, like a reflection in something could be seen, or a person could be walking in a reflection and you see it. Like there's random things that can go wrong, so it's just better odds, I think, to just do it 3 times.
And that's what I was wondering, because quite a few times Joe would walk, grab the keys. He'd walk, sit down, do the cereal. Nick would go to the refrigerator multiple times, into the bathroom, out of the bathroom, opening the door, closing the door. And I was like, wow, this is a lot of work. In my mind, I'm saying to myself, I don't want to be Greg when he has to put this thing together.
Well, I mean, in Erin's scene at the end.
Greg don't want to be Greg when he's editing.
Yeah. You don't want to be around me.
Greg, I think I took my scene. No, I played my last scene different every single time, so there's no continuity there. He had to just choose one. It was like choose one out of 15.
There was a lot of like I had to pick it and then get the words, because I wanted this shot, but you weren't saying the words, so that's why I could have worked on that more, but I liked you're standing there and you said something and I had to cut. It was some quick cutting there that I wish I didn't have. I wish it was smoother there, but I had to. I took the words. I was kind of
bummed that we lost the scene where I threw the letter. There's the scene.
That was going to be there, but we left it at the end. I mean,
we got a couple.
I wanted to use that, but it wouldn't. I don't know that.
Hey, John, did you watch after the credits, did you see the extra bonus scenes?
Ah, I didn't see that.
Oh, after the credits, there's like 2 bonus scenes.
What do you got? What is it?
It's just scenes that we left out, like her saying "Hey" and throwing a letter, and then the scene where me and Joe, our characters, were walking up to Silvestri's house.
All right, I gotta watch it again. I'll watch it again.
See, we did it on purpose so people will go watch it again.
I didn't know there were bonus scenes. Oh my goodness. Cool.
Oh, you didn't see at the end?
didn't see
I
it either?
used the one where you threw the letter. That made the editor's cut, but it didn't make the movie.
Yeah, you throw the letter. The other one is where Mario opens the door and he goes, "Oh, we filming? Is it our scene?" And then Nick and Joe break character. And
that was funny. That was I like that.
Funny too.
Well, I was saying before, I promised Greg on our next project, our next short film, we're probably gonna do another one, hopefully before the end of the year. I'm gonna get him an assistant. He's gonna have an assistant help him, maybe even 2. The guy needs help, so we're pleading right now. Anybody wants to help? The pay, there's no pay, but it's a lot of fun.
Greg,
I could probably get him an intern.
A maid or a pizza.
One of my students need intern hours.
Oh, I want a mixologist.
Yeah.
So
We'll definitely
Oh, you're kidding me? These teenagers, they can break apart the tracks, and then they have like they're born with it. They can think in tracks, and they can cut and edit and switch it around. Oh, they're so good.
Greg, I can tell you
I'll get you a team.
for the hours that you were filming at my humble abode, and then seeing the final product, the movie, I was blown away. Greg, you are one talented individual to take all that content and put it together like that. Great job, Greg. Great job.
Greg, did you mean like a mixologist to like make you a martini?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what he meant.
I want my own.
Oh, you want an assistant on lighting,
meant, like,
sound, and camera,
mixing,
and he wants somebody
mixing sound or something.
No.
I was somewhere else.
Hey, and we all took a turn with the boom mic. Mario, me, Joe, Erin, Mike did it, and even Greg at one point while filming was holding the boom mic. So
we have a song for when Tina Powers was on boom mic.
Yes, boom operator.
Boom operator.
That's how we're gonna. That's how we're gonna end the show. We're gonna have Erin singing.
Yeah.
She's got a great voice.
Erin has a fantastic voice.
Now I'm shy. I'll sing you out when we're rolling the credits. I'll sing.
Nick had Erin sing at the castle.
Yeah, I booked her for evening with Bubbles.
Bubbles and the bass notes.
Bass notes. It was
my
her
cover band. My pop cover band.
Yeah.
Erin, no pressure, but do you want to play us out with one of your favorites?
I'll sing you out. I don't know if I'm ready. I'll sing you Boom Operator.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Cool. Right now? Are we done?
Right now.
Are we gonna do any last words? Any last
words?
We're
over? Oh, okay. I don't know. I
Well,
feel like someone should make a last word or something.
We'll have Erin sing us out to Boom Operator, and then we'll go around with the last word.
All right.
I'm not singing you out. Oh God! Now I'm on the spot.
Or what we can do is, Erin, your call. We could also do. No, wait a minute. I have a question for Nick. A question for Nick. Are we gonna see Confronting Silvestri entered into some short film festivals?
Yeah, I mean, I'm working on that now. I just created a page. It's called Freeway Film, Film Freeway. I can't remember now. I have it on my laptop. It's a site for free. You can put all your information of your film, and then you can distribute that to different film festivals all around the country, all around the world. So I'm going to start looking into that this week.
Beautiful.
Great.
All right, boys and girls, for the final word, we're going to go to our host, John Perrotta from the Comedy Factory. John, your thoughts?
I've been relatively silent because I've been listening to everybody because I'm not an actor, so I'm kind of getting a little insight into everybody. And I really enjoyed the movie. I saw it twice. Now I got to see it again. to see after the credits. I got to see Erin throw the letter, and I got to see you guys break, your characters. I got to see that. But I really enjoyed this, listening how a movie's made, short movie, and it was awesome. I really enjoyed it. I think you all got a lot of talent. Greg, you too.
Thank you.
Greg is very talented putting that together. All of you are fantastic. I love Erin's voice, so we're definitely going to hear her sing at the end. So that's my last word.
Boom operator, talking about a boom operator. Boom operator, talking about a boom operator.
I love it. I love it.
Awesome
We need
job, Erin. Awesome.
We don't have any verses written, so if anybody has any ideas,
That was good.
That was great.
good.
that's the chorus.
Erin, your final thoughts on Confronting Silvestri?
Oh man, it was good fun and a really great way to spend a weekend. And I hope we do more of these characters. I think it's a great idea for our characters to come back in another remix.
Yes, they go on a date. You did a great job, Erin. A great job in bringing Tina to life. Joe, your final thoughts.
Joe. There's no
there?
sound, Joe.
Joe's on mute.
Joe, are you mute again? Joe.
Joe's on mute.
Joe.
Crap, my final words. Am I on?
Now you're on.
All right. I was going to say, I like what Erin said. I'd like to see us at a restaurant, preferably Marchetti's.
Can you
I
sing
want to get the
Boom
chicken
Operator?
palm. And that's my final thought.
Can you sing
right.
Boom Operator, Joe?
Boom operator?
Yeah.
Boom operator. I don't know.
Joe Petrucci, boys and girls, great job in bringing Tommy Pinto to life.
Thank you.
Great job. Greg Hall, your final thoughts.
I'm kind of brain dead. Now, let's see. Yeah, it'd be great to, have him come back. Either Mario or Joe, or Jimmy, or whoever. I'm sorry. I was thinking about mixology at the moment, so I kind of lost my train of thought. But yeah, it'd be nice to have a mixologist on set. I was getting a little
Greg, I was
dehydrated.
mixing drinks. I was there.
I need him out in the field. It
Okay.
has to be. I'm only kidding. But anyway, yeah, I had a great time. It was fun. It was good to fire up the computer, and I was actually surprised that my computer from 2012 actually could handle 4K. I know that's boring tech talk, but
Joe, were you brushing your hair? Were you
100
actually?
strokes before I go to bed.
I know I'm that boring, but I mean,
Greg, can you sing Boom Operator?
she was a boom operator.
Because I can't sing it.
Hold on. Boom operator. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Boom, 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 boom. Anyway, sorry.
Cronin, can you sing Boom Operator?
You know I can. Boom operator.
Whoa.
Ba-boom.
She's a boom.
He's a Boom Operator.
Ba-boom.
Coast to coast, east coast
Boom,
to
boom, boom.
Chicago, working the boom,
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 boom.
boom, boom,
She's a
boom.
boom operator.
Ba-boom.
Watch,
Boom,
I'm gonna
boom,
stand up and dance. Boom operator.
I think it's a Mike. I think it's a rap.
I like that. I like that
Oh,
bridge.
you can rap. You can rap boom operator.
We're not gonna rap. We're not gonna rap. The show's a rap. Again, one more time, Nick. How do they see Confronting Silvestri?
You go to YouTube, put in Confronting Silvestri, put in Nick Albanese, go to my Facebook page. I have the link on the wall many times. So, hey,
I
what's
just like
that
the
feedback?
background music.
I don't know. You guys have been awesome.
Thank you very much.
It's
Hey,
a
wait,
rap,
wait.
Mike.
Done.
John,
Thanks,
John,
Greg.
I can
Thank you, Mike.
boom operator,
guys
boom
are nuts.
operator.
All right, everybody sing Boom Operator.
Together?
Three,
Okay.
Yeah,
two,
go ahead. Everybody
one.
together.
Boom,
Boom
operator.
Operator.
And we're going to leave it on that note. You guys have been
Whoa.
awesome. You guys have been awesome, man.
Take
God
it
bless
easy.
you.
Stay
It was a
healthy. Thanks
pleasure.
for coming on.
Hey, thanks, John. Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, John.
It's been a
Thanks,
real
Mike.
pleasure.
Thanks,
Thanks, Nick. Thanks, Joe.
Thanks,
Bye, Joe.